What's going on, everybody? This is Brian from SneakerFiles.com, recapping the news, and I know you guys see the thumbnail already, so there's quite a bit we need to talk about. And first, before I give you the breakdown, like always, greatly appreciate a thumbs up. You guys have really been showing the love as of late. Since the subscribers actually have shot up quite a bit, so definitely appreciate that. And if you're not subscribed yet, make sure to hit the red button below so you can be updated on the latest news. Now, as for some of the highlights, we have details on the upcoming Air Jordan 1 Retro High OG Bloodline 2.0. Unfortunately, the Travis Scott Air Jordan 6 Yellow Cactus Jack will not be releasing. I'm going to have more details towards the end of the video. And other than those two things, we have a lot more from Jordan Brand, a decent amount from Nike, and a few things from Adidas. And now, without wasting too much more of your time, let's jump into the news. After teasing a collaboration back in 2018, actor Jonah Hill will have a collection releasing with Adidas Originals sometime this year. Now, he'll be working with two models, which will include two colorways of the Adidas Samba and one colorway of the Adidas Superstar. At the time of shooting this video, images have yet to leak, nor do we know the color description for each pair. So, although the information is slim, what we do know is a release is expected to take place later this year. Retail price for the Superstar will be $140, while the Samba will cost $110. After the success of the Adidas Yeezy 700 V3 Azel, the Three Stripes brand will release a new colorway of the Yeezy 700 V3. As you can see, this pair comes in mostly black, but we do have some gray detailing. They come constructed with mesh across the upper, while RPU lands on the overlays. Speaking of the overlays, once again, it'll glow in the dark. I'll also make sure to have an image of them glowing so you guys can see what it looks like. In addition, we have reflective detailing that's placed by the toe, and then we have a PU encapsulated EVA midsole and herringbone rubber outsole. Now, the detailing on the side, you can see it's obviously gray, and then black covers the midsole and outsole. So a pretty simple and straightforward look. Now, as for the release details, they are expected to debut sometime during spring 2020, and the retail price will be $200. Additional images of the Nike Air Foamposite 1 Lava has landed, and a release is set to take place later this month. Now, going over the shoes, they come dressed in a black, total crimson, and bright crimson color combination. Black leather lands on the upper, mesh is placed on the tongue, and then we have crimson detailing throughout. Now, the highlight of this pair is the lava style graphic across the Foamposite shell, which mixes both red and black. Finishing this pair off is black on the carbon fiber midfoot shank plate and rubber outsole. If you're interested in purchasing this pair, they drop on January 19th, and the retail price will be $230. January will bring us a handful of Nike Air Max 90 OG releases, and when I say OG, I mean the build, not necessarily the colorway, and one of those will be the Hyper Grape edition. Dressed in white, particle gray, and Hyper Grape, this is a women's exclusive. On the same day, a Volt pair will also release. That pair will be in both men's and women's sizing. But going over this pair quickly, they feature white mesh on the upper, we have gray suede on the overlays, while black leather covers the mudguard. Finishing the look is Hyper Grape detailing. This pair is set to release on January 9th. You will be able to get them at most retailers, which will also include Nike sneakers, and the retail price is set at $120. Paul Rodriguez once said if he wasn't skating, he would be a professional boxer, or in my opinion, at least attempt to be. I don't know if he's good at boxing, but apparently he has some passion for the sport. And with that being said, Nike Skateboarding is releasing a special collaboration, which will be on the SB Dunk High. Paul Rodriguez is already signed to Nike SB. I know he had his own signature line for a while. I haven't really seen much as of late. But getting back to this pair, not only are they inspired by boxing, but also his heritage. Looking closer on the tongue, we have a label that resembles what we would see on boxing gloves, and then we have a championship belt inspired lace locks. As for the upper, they feature white leather, and then red is seen outlining the overlays while green lands on the swoosh. In addition, we have Mexico's flag colors on the rubber outsole, boxing gloves land on the insoles, and then they come with flat laces. Also, this pair will come with a new box. You can see it in the backdrop of some of the images, and the box features green, blue, red, and yellow, and then we have Nike SB branding written across it. As of now, a retail price is unknown, but this pair will release at select skate shops and is expected to release on Nike sneakers on January 18th. This year, we're going to see various Nike Air Max 90 releases, some old, some new, some will be collaborations, but what we have here is a mixture of old and a collaboration, and what's returning is the Dqm Nike Air Max 90 Bacon. Dqm stands for Dave's Quality Meat. The store was located in New York City, but is now closed, and this pair released back in 2005. The whole theme of the store was a butcher shop, so that's where inspiration comes from for their Air Max 90. This pair features shades of red, pink, and cell, and that is to resemble slices of pork. In addition, they'll come with a leather and suede construction. Now, even though they're returning, I know a lot of the Air Max 90s will feature the OG build. I'm not entirely sure if this Air Max 90 will feature that. And as of now, what we know is a release is expected to take place during March 2020. As most of you know, Air Max Day is in March. And it's actually funny because even though there's Air Max Day, it's not really Air Max Day. March is more known as Air Max Month. There's a ton of releases that drop during that month, so expect some more surprises to leak very soon. Moving on to Jordan Brand, and official images of the Air Jordan 13 Reverse He Got Game has arrived. Now this is probably the first biggest release of January. Actually, it'd be the first biggest release of 2020. And I'm not gonna lie, I did like the pair at first, but there's something about them that just makes me not like them as much as I first did. I'm not sure what it is, but before I give you the release details, one thing that stands out on the shoe is where it's white on the lower part of the panels, and that wraps the heel in the medial side, that will be 3M reflective. This pair drops on January 11th. Retail price will be $190. Now, I don't think this pair will sell out right away. If you want them, they should be pretty easy to get your hands on. Unless there's something I don't know, people are saving their Christmas money for this shoe, but I highly doubt it. We also have official images of the Air Jordan 13 Chinese New Year. Now, initially, a placeholder date was set for February 1st. What that means is a release date will take place around that time, and then a release date popped up for January 16th. Now, after doing some research, looking around, this pair is now set to release on January 23rd. I know a lot of people asked me if they're going to release in the States. Some people thought it was a China exclusive, and the good news is they will be available in the States. I know Finish Line will have them, and Nike sneakers should as well. Currently, I don't know how limited this pair will be, but what I can tell you is January 23rd is the date, and retail price will be $200. A couple months back, zsneakerheadz and I put together a Photoshop of what the Air Jordan 5 Top 3 would look like. Now, I was lucky enough to see this pair early along with several others, and with that being said, we have a first look which is spot on to the Photoshop that we created. Now, this pair features a black, fire red, grape ice, and new emerald color combination. Now, what went into the shoe is the fire red, metallic, and grape pair. And on the inside of the tongue, there's a label which reads fire red, metallic, and grape. It's kind of hard to see in this image, but over the next several days, we should be getting additional photos which will give us a better look overall. Now, going over the shoes, both the left and right shoe will be exactly the same. Unlike the Air Jordan 4, what the black lands on the upper, white is placed on the Nike Air on the heel, red lands on the midsole, and 2-3 on the side. We also have metallic silver detailing, and both grape and emerald will land on the tongue. Finishing the look is a translucent outsole. To me, I think this pair looks really nice. That's just my opinion. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. But as for the release info, this pair is expected to release during April. We don't have a set date as of yet, and the retail price will be $200. Earlier in the week, there was rumors going around that the Travis Scott Air Jordan 6 Yellow Cactus Jack would release during March. I did report on it in the previous video, and I said at that time it was a rumor. I also mentioned that I would be more comfortable if we had a style number, and that's just because a style number means that they're going to go in production. Now, there has been quite a few cases where you'll have a colorway, a style number, all that good stuff, and then Nike decides to scrap them. But we didn't have any information other than rumors circulating around. The other day, Sneaker News actually posted on their Instagram that this pair would not be releasing. They said they had confirmation from Jordan Brand that this pair would not release in March. So since they said in March, it left a little bit of leeway, people wondering and asking, will they release at all sometime in 2020? We all know that Sneaker News is an established publication. Now, with that being said, I decided to reach out to some people that I speak with at Jordan Brand, as well as a new friend I made at Nike. The person at Nike had confirmed to me that these aren't releasing. They said that there's only a handful in existence, and there was no plans that this pair would release. Now, the person I spoke to at Jordan Brand is the same one who confirmed with me that the Air Jordan 1 High OG Yellow Toe would not release in 2019. He also said that the Travis Scott Air Jordan 6 in yellow would not release in 2020. So honestly, I'm not sure where this whole March 2020 rumor started. So just to go backwards just a little bit, the whole not releasing in March verbiage, I believe that's just because that was the latest rumor at that time, it being that the shoe would release in March. And obviously there's a lot of time for 2020. We're only 4 days in, but I'm definitely going to believe the people at Jordan Brand. Anyways, if anything changes, I'll make sure to let everybody know, but let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Obviously, it kind of sucks that they're not going to release, but I knew I really didn't have a chance to purchase anyways. We have new details on some upcoming releases. First up is the Air Jordan 12 Stone Blue. On the screen is a Photoshop, so the actual release could look different. This is just a mock-up to showcase what it could look like. And with that being said, they'll come dressed in a stone blue, legend blue, and obsidian colorway. According to the color description, this pair is expected to feature mostly stone blue. And although Jordan Brand, to my knowledge, has yet to use stone blue, I'll put up an image of what the shade is according to Google Images. But other than that, August 8th is the expected release date. As you guys know, there's a lot of time until then, so it could be pushed forward or back. And the retail price will be $190. Last up, we have details on the Air Jordan 1 Retro High OG Bloodline 2.0. Now, this news broke the other day, and I'm not sure why, but every single Photoshop I've seen, including the one present, comes in the Chicago theme. Now, the funny part about all this is that even though the news has leaked, a specific colorway has not. So it's really hard to tell what this shoe is going to look like. Obviously, like I mentioned, this is just a Photoshop, and everything else we've seen out there up to the time of shooting this is just a Photoshop. So as of now, I'm waiting on additional details, which will give us a more accurate look at what's releasing. Now, with the whole Bloodline nickname, I do expect that the piping will be a different shade, but the color blocking here, I think that's just to grab clicks. I don't think this is what's actually going to release, but I could be wrong on that. I'm just speculating here. But hopefully in my next video, I'll have additional details. And with those additional details, a new mock-up will come up. Now, what's odd about this is, although we don't have the color description, we do have a release date, which this pair is expected to drop on July 11th, and the retail price will be $170. Now, I'm not gonna lie, if Jordan Brand released this pair just like this, the Chicago blocking with black piping, I definitely would pick them up, but let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And that recaps the news. Like always, we post it first on SneakerFiles.com, and then we take it to YouTube. Like always, I appreciate you guys for watching this video. I almost waited until Monday to do this video, but with the whole confirmation on the Travis Scott Air Jordan 6 in yellow not releasing, I knew I had to get this out to you guys, especially since the last video I did, I talked about a rumored release date in March. And obviously one of the main things for this channel is I want to give you guys honest and real news, not fake news, which a lot of people do post. And if you're listening this far, just to give you guys a bit of a heads up, I was also told by one of my sources that there is an upcoming Off-White Air Max collaboration, which should be interesting. The person who told me about this also sent me an image of what the shoe will look like. Well, they said it'll look very close to this, and that image was of a fake. He knew it was a fake, he told me, but that is what's expected to come. Now, I'm going to have a mock-up done very soon, so be on the lookout for that. I'll make sure to have that out to you guys by next week. Now, before I get out of here, greatly appreciate a thumbs up if you haven't done so already. And if you're new here, make sure to subscribe by hitting the red button below. Again, thanks for watching. Stay tuned to SneakerFiles.com. And if you haven't yet, make sure to subscribe.